Myself, Dr. Parminder Singh, Assistant Professor, School of Legal Study, RIMT University. So, today we are going to study about the white collar crimes. What is meant by the term white collar crime? So, white collar crime means crimes committed by the convicts employed in white collar jobs are termed as white collar crimes. That is, the crimes that are committed by the influential persons. So, white collar crime, it is an illegal act or doing of legal act for achieving an illegal objective committed by any person by non-physical and non-violent means to gain money or property wrongfully. So, or white collar crimes are committed to avoid payment of legal dues or to retain money or to retain property wrongfully to obtain wrongful business of personal advantage. So this is the layman, in layman language we can say that this is meaning of the term white collar crime. So the great scholar Edwin Sutherland, so he defines the term white collar crimes as, so white collar crime in the we can say words of Edwin Sutherland, he defines the white collar crimes as a crime committed by a person of responsibility and high social status in the course of his occupation. So the above definition of the Sutherland, it is divided into 5 points. So that is the white collar crime. It is categorized into 5 stages. Firstly, because there is involvement of mens rea, so or illegal act, so it is a crime. So first point as defined by the Edwin Sutherland is it is a crime. So because it involves the guilty mind. Second is it is committed by a person of respectability. So respectability means the person who is sitting in the most topmost position in his office, committed by a person of respectability of high social status. So that is he is considered as a of high social status in the society. Then in the course of his profession or occupation. So it is usually a violation of a trust. So the important point of white collar crime is it is usually a violation of a trust. No, now when we talk about the white collar crimes, so why the white collar crimes they are unable to detect for a long time. So these are the reason why it is very difficult to detect white collar crimes, because white collar crimes are always committed by the higher authorities in their office. So white collar crimes they are mostly committed in the privacy of an office or a home, because the person is sitting at the topmost position in the office. So next, in white collar crime usually there are no eye witnesses. So that is there are no eye witnesses because it is committed in the privacy as well as it is committed by the person of high at the topmost position. So white collar criminals, due to their higher position, they are very tactful, intelligent, and stable under the cover of high social status. Now, what type of crimes they are considered as a white collar crime, or what is the categorization? So that what are the crimes that fall in the category of white collar crime in India? So firstly, all bank scams, fraud and computer generated crimes, corporated frauds, crime in electronic banking, doctors and drug company cheats, corruption in the business, black money, misappropriation of government funds, as well as match fixing, etc. So these are the crimes that falls in the category of white collar crime in India. So some of the white collar criminals, so that falls under the category of white collar crime. So that is Harshad Mehta. So this scam, it was committed in the year of 1992. So this scam, it was the biggest money market scam ever committed in India. So in the year of 1992, it was amounting to approximately 5,000 crore. So Harshad Mehta. So the main perpetrator of the scam was the stock and money market broker Harshad Mehta. So in the year of 1992, the embezzlement of rupees 5,000 crore, it was done by the Harshad Mehta. So then white collar criminals Chara Ghotala scam, or we can call it as a fodder scam. So this fodder scam was in corruption scandal that involved the embezzlement of rupees 950 crore. So from the government treasury of the eastern Indian state of Bihar. So Chief Minister of Bihar was involved in this high profile scam. So next is Vijay Mallya embezzlement. So we all know. So the Vijay Mallya, he is the owner of the Kingfisher company, or Kingfisher jet company. So this Vijay Mallya, he is a fugitive businessman, Vijay Mallya. So he is an accused in the bank loan default case of over 9,000 crore. So huge amount, 9,000 crore, which involved his defunct Kingfisher Airlines. So this whole single person is responsible to ground the Kingfisher Airline. So led by the State Bank of India, that is SBI, State Bank of India, and a consortium of 11 banks that gave Mallya loans has approached a Special Prevention of Money Laundering Act. So they approached the court. So SBI as well as 11 banks. So that is this for seeking restoration of his properties seized by the Enforcement Directorate. So by the help of this PMLA court, SBI and 11 banks, they are now ordered to sell the Vijay Mallya property that is worth about 5,600 crore properties to recover the dues from this Vijay Mallya. So the various banks, he has taken loan from the various banks. rupees 1600 crore from the SBI, rupees 800 crore from the Punjab National Bank, then 800 crore from the IDBI, 650 crore from the Bank of India, 550 crore from the Bank of Baroda, 430 crore from the United Bank of India, 410 crore from the Central Bank of India, 320 crore from the UCO Bank, 310 crore from the Corporation Bank, 150 crore from the Indian Overseas Bank, 90 crore from the Federal Bank, 60 crore from the Punjab and Sindh Bank, and rupees 50 crore from the Axis Bank. So this man, Vijay Mallya, he not only taken the money but not returned the money taken from these banks. So the amount, that is 9,000 crore. Then Nirav Modi embezzlement. So this is also involved in the commission of the we can say white collar crimes in India. So the Punjab National Bank, one of the country's largest sector lender, found itself in the middle of a 11,400 crore transaction fraud case in the February 2018. So the bank had detected and informed the Bombay Stock Exchange about some fraudulent and unauthorized transactions. So we can say that Nirav Modi, he embezzled the Punjab National Bank of the amount of 11,400 crore. So this was in addition to 280 crore fraud case that Nirav Modi was already under investigation for, again filed by the Punjab National Bank. So these are the various causes of the white collar crimes are the wish for control in the society, fear and anxiety of dwindling from the social status, or lack of social consciousness and integrity, weak and ineffective internal control of organization and departments, greed and hunger of wealth, as well as monetary and financial gains, and ineffective and ineffectual corporate culture in the money. So by these white collar crimes, they are being committed in India, because after committing the crime, most of the offenders, they get away without getting any punishment, because there are no enough laws to deal with such kind of crime. So in many cases, because the supreme political links and connections, most of the offenders get away without any punishment. So, moreover, in many cases, there are no witnesses for the said offense, as such offenses are committed in the private. So, we can say that there is lot of involvement of money in the white collar crime of the public. So it can only be stopped if there are some strict law for the to stop the committance of the white collar crime. Thank you.